Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Monday, September 19, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Guyana remains committed to inclusive, quality education. President Ali tells UN. Government policies based on equity, fairness, Todd tells Diaspora. Jordan's misconduct case rescheduled after prosecutor, a no-show. Police citizens urged to play a greater role in getting children off the streets. And Guyana's 2 monkeypox patients discharged, non-infectious, says Dr. Anthony. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Irvin Ali on Monday updated the United Nations on Guyana's continued commitment to providing inclusive, quality education for all and the steps being taken to close gaps in the delivery of education. Here is Gerald Bryan with our lead story tonight.
On Monday, President Dr. Irvin Ali co-chaired the Transforming Education Summit Leaders Roundtable 1 at the United Nations General Assembly. He used the opportunity to inform the world leaders gathered of the challenges Guyana faces in educational delivery. Importantly, however, he also informed them of the steps the Guyana government has been taking.
Guyana remains committed to Sustainable Development Goal number 4, an inclusive and quality education for all. Presently, however, there are educational gaps nationally which can frustrate the objective. We are adopting measures to narrow these gaps. This includes introducing more in-person tutoring, reforming the national curriculum, extending the use of ICT in education, increasing access to digital and non-digital educational resources, and increasing distance education. Government is also supporting children's school attendance. We have introduced a Because We Care grant, a uniform allowance grants, and implemented an expanded school nutrition program to boost classroom attentiveness, school attendance.
According to the president, the government made efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic to pilot remote learning initiatives across Guyana. He explained some of the challenges faced with that system, including the inability of some students and teachers to integrate with the system. The president also referenced the importance of trained teachers, calling them the backbone of the education system.
And performance. Our teachers are the backbone of our educational system. Trained teachers are critical to the attainment of our educational objectives. As such, we are investing in teachers' training with the goal of ensuring that by the end of the decade, our schools are staffed by 100% trained teachers. In-service training of teachers is also being strengthened. Guyana commends the Secretary General for this initiative and commits to sustaining its effort to transform education.
Early on Monday, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres himself had urged governments to prioritize budgetary spending on education. In the 2022 budget, $74.4 billion was allocated for education. Of that sum, $32.2 billion was spent by year-end. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Members of the Guyanese diaspora were on Sunday assured by Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Hugh Todd, that his government is focused on creating fair and equitable policies for the benefit of Guyanese. Here is Gerald Bryan again with the details.
Foreign Affairs Minister Hugh Todd accompanied President Dr. Irvin Ali during a town hall-style meeting with the Guyanese diaspora in Orlando, Florida. In his presentation to them, Todd spoke about the government's intention of implementing fair and just policies.
When we look at the development of Guyana, it means that we have to have leadership at every level. So at the political level, we have policies that are inclusive, that are based on equity or fairness. And President Ali speaks about that a lot. Fairness, making sure that each and every Guyanese citizen get what they deserve. So our mandate is to ensure that we can create prosperity.
Todd informed the diaspora that the government is motivated by a desire to transform the lives of Guyanese.
When President Ali speaks about development, he's speaking to Guyana and the diaspora. And he's focusing on a balanced development, not just the infrastructural works that you will see or the tangible things that you will see. But the main emphasis is on social development and enhancement. So when he speaks about transformation and transforming lives, everything that we do in terms of our policies and our strategies is centered around the individual, the citizen. It's important for us because our sovereignty depends heavily on our value system and how strong we are as a people.
In his own address to the residents, President Ali had told the diaspora of the government's plans, including for the agriculture sector and tourism. He had also responded to questions from the crowd as well. The President and Foreign Minister are presently in the United States for the United Nations General Assembly. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
President Dr. Irvin Ali on Sunday addressed the issue of delays in the issuance of Guyanese passports, revealing that government ordered some 80,000 copies over a year ago, but is facing the impacts of the global supply chain crisis. Find out more in this report.
Whilst addressing the Guyanese diaspora during an interfaith forum in New York, President Dr. Irvin Ali spoke about the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. One such area that has not been spared is passport services, especially the delays in renewals, something which the Guyanese diaspora have been complaining bitterly about. President Ali explained that the materials to print the Guyanese passport booklet are provided by a leading international company in Canada, but because of supply chain issues, there are tremendous shortages and delays of the materials needed to produce these documents.
And whilst there is this shortage, I don't know why, but the demand for Guyanese passport has increased by 500%. So unfortunately, we are hit with the perfect storm. We are hit with a supply chain crisis and a rapid increase in demand for the passport. And every day, the consulate office here would call the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. People cussing me. But this is the reality. Since a year and a half ago, we ordered, I think, 80,000 passports. 80,000 passports. We'll be continuously ordering. So I give you that one example.
Back in June, the Central Immigration and Passport Office in Georgetown had informed the public that its operations have been affected by a delay in shipment of materials used to print passports. While the Passport Office continues to provide passport and other immigration document services, efforts are being undertaken to do so within the normal time frame of 5 working days. However, services such as passport renewal, which pre-pandemic took about a week, now takes at least 3 weeks to almost 3 months. In fact, persons who went to renew their passports mid-August were given dates to return until late October.
Senior Magistrate Leron Daly was forced to reschedule former Finance Minister Winston Jordans' misconduct in public office case after no prosecutor from the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOCU, showed up in court last week Wednesday. The matter has been adjourned to October 31. The former minister was granted bail in the sum of $3 million when he initially appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Courts on December 28, 2021. Jordan was arrested by SOCU, an arm of the Guyana Police Force that specializes in white-collar investigations, on December 3, 2021, as part of investigations into alleged instances of corrupt governmental transactions between 2015 and 2020. While Jordan had previously denied any wrongdoing regarding this transaction, Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal, SC, had announced that there were active investigations into a number of suspected shady dealings under the former APNO AFC government, and the former finance minister had been implicated in a number of them. Coming up, 2 dead in Equitable River boat mishap and a toddler's body found floating in trench near East Coast Demerara home. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
The biggest party in sport is back for the 10th year of CPL.
Let's rock and roll, gentlemen. That is magnificent.
CPL will be bigger, better, and louder than ever. With more sixes, more entertainment, and more of the world's best players.
That is simply sensational. Oh, yes.
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Superbet com certeza a sua melhor escolha. Com mais de 200 jogos online com Superbet, você aposta é para ganhar. Cadastre-se hoje, tá esperando o quê? Basta acessar o www.superbet.gy. Clicar em registrar e você já está apto a participar. Lembrando que o Superbet não é recomendado para menores de 18 anos.
Premier insurance coverage for less. Stay safe.
Sun or rain? Up or down? No one knows what tomorrow will bring, but with Premier's commercial property insurance, you'll be ready. For all risks insurance, call 223-0840 or visit premierinsurance.gy. Fuel your success. Premier Insurance. Premier insurance coverage.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to the ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optic takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optic Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
Let's celebrate Oreo's 110th birthday together with the limited edition birthday cake flavor and our promotion where you can win a wish valued up to $1 million. To participate, all you have to do is buy Oreo, drop your coupon or receipt into entry boxes, or enter online at www.everydaysnacksgy.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. 2 persons are now dead after a boat capsized in the Equitable River on Saturday. The mishap occurred sometime between 18:45 hours and 19 hours in the vicinity of Calf Island, Equitable River. At the time of the incident, the vessel was captained by 34-year-old German Blackman of 2 Miles Pataro Road, Bartica, Region 7, along with his bowman, 18-year-old Lamuel Allen of 4 Miles, Bartica. It was also reported that apart from the 2 boat operators, there were 10 passengers in the vessel, including popular entertainer Darrell Romeo, called DJ Magnum. Blackman reported to police that sometime between 18:45 hours and 19 hours, the vessel was loaded with the 10 passengers and left Pericastellan en route to Bartica. During the journey, the captain said that while navigating around the damaged beacon, which is about 100 feet east of Calf Island in the Equitable River, the vessel collided with the beacon and in the process, it punctured and began to sink. The captain said he attempted to sail to shore, but the vessel sunk before reaching. Passengers began swimming to the shore for safety. Information was circulated and public-spirited persons from Bartica went to the location and assisted in rescuing the survivors. Upon checking, 2 persons were unaccounted for. Today, police confirmed that the bodies have since been found. An Anns Grove, East Coast Demerara family that was frantically looking for a toddler who had disappeared on Saturday morning received the shock of their lives when the child's lifeless body was found floating in a trench in the area. 4-year-old Shane Samuels of Lot 30, Two Friends Village, Anns Grove, East Coast Demerara, was found on Saturday evening between 20 hours and 22 hours. Reports are that the child was left in the care of an aunt while his mother, 38-year-old Donnell Adams, a vendor in Georgetown, went to work on Saturday. According to the police, Adams had called her sister to check on her child and was told that he was playing in the yard. However, during a second call later that day, the mother was informed that the boy was missing. A while later, the mother was informed by a friend that Shane's bicycle was found close to a nearby trench. This led relatives to search the area, and the child's uncle subsequently found and removed his lifeless body from the trench. Police on Sunday said that by the time Adams reached home, her son's motionless body was on the ground next to the Two Friends trench. The body is currently lying at Jerick's funeral home, awaiting a post-mortem examination. Rupasina Ryan joins us now to report that there are no active monkeypox cases in Guyana following the recovery of the 2 patients whose diseases were detected last month. Here is more.
It was communicated by Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony on Monday that there have been no new detections of monkeypox in the country. On August 22nd, the first case was revealed as a 57-year-old man who hailed from Region 4. Days later, a second person tested positive. Both persons, who are unrelated, were isolated at the Infectious Diseases Hospital, Lilienthal.
We had 2 cases, and so far we have isolated them, treated them, and they are now discharged. So they are non-infectious, and we haven't detected any new cases.
Dr. Anthony added that since these persons are not experiencing any symptoms, no follow-ups are needed. As of now, Guyana remains prepared with testing capacity and facilities should any new cases be reported.
At this point in time, there's no need for any further follow-up because when we discharged them from the hospital, they were symptom-free.
The Health Ministry is expecting monkeypox vaccines by the ending of September after an order was placed to access the shots through the Pan American Health Organization. Rupa Sinarain, The Evening News.
The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, through the Child Care and Protection Agency, has launched the Streetlight project, an initiative aimed at getting children off the streets and into meaningful activities. Here are the details.
Noting that it has been an age-old issue that is somewhat now normalized by society, Minister of Human Services Dr. Vindhya Prasad says rigorous action is needed to ensure children are taken off the streets. In fact, she said officials have already been doing a lot of work in this regard, but members of the public now need to get on board.
The Child Care and Protection Agency and its officers would have been going around various notorious spots where this happens, picking up those children, working with those parents, working again and again with parents whose children would have been repeatedly found on the streets, giving counseling, providing options of training, employment, and support. But we think after working this way for a year or more, it is necessary to perhaps take tougher action.
Assistant Director of the Child Care Protection Agency, Levine Gavaya, during the launching of the Streetlight project, contended that in her experience, the police need to do more.
Children begging on the streets, they pass them by. They don't stop, they don't call us, they don't say anything. So how do we respond? So this morning, my perspective is that I'm imploring to members of the Guyana Police Force to help the Ministry of Human Services in this drive to help our future children, the future presidents and ministers of this nation.
She also made it clear that parents and guardians will be held accountable. In fact, she recalled an instance whereby she noticed a parent and her child begging on the streets at night.
After 7 o'clock, about 7:20, there is this young child, about 7 years old, with his mother begging. So you know what I did? I stopped. I called the police. I wait about 30 to 35 minutes before they can respond. I had to be calling them all the time. Yes, it might be harsh. So she spent the weekend. It was a holiday weekend. She spent it in the lockups. Yes, she was charged and placed before the court. So I worked with her. I spoke with her before. I said, could I have your commitment that if I go and withdraw this charge, that you will put systems in place and don't repeat it? Colleagues all, she found a job. The children are no longer on the street. The entire family is meaningfully employed, because that's how the law works. Sometimes we see things from a different perspective, but the reality is sometimes we have to do what is right to protect our children.
Members of the public are encouraged to call the number 914 or any police station to report any child that is on the streets.
The government has set specific targets as it aims to ramp up agricultural production in several areas, ranging from rice production to other crop and vegetable production, as part of its drive to increase food security. More in this report.
During his presentation to members of the diaspora in Orlando, Florida, President Dr. Irvin Ali informed them on some of the targets that the government has set when it comes to agriculture. For instance, Guyana is looking to boost the production of corn and soya, which are relatively new crops. He also referred to rice production, noting that they are aiming to increase its output to over 800,000 tons. According to the president, the government is focused on positioning Guyana to become a leader in food production. In the rice sector, over $100 million has been spent to improve rice yield. Additionally, support in pest control has been provided to farmers, while the Agriculture Ministry also marked the milestone of the Value-Added Laboratory becoming operational in March 2022. In the first half of the year, $651.9 million of the $1.3 billion budgeted for the year was spent in supporting other crops, which includes vegetables. The results of that support included the completion of 109 shade houses, 4 greenhouses, and the expansion of various spices. The government is projecting that by year-end, 62 acres of turmeric and 633 acres of ginger will be in cultivation.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbor Bridge will not be closed on Tuesday, September 20th. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on that day from 13:20 hours for a period of 1.5 hours.
Guyana Amazon Warriors arrives for final leg of CPL, and President's Cup horse race, Alado does it again. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Are you involved in a violent relationship and feeling hopeless? Does your partner shout at you, call you names, or hit you? Does your partner tell you where to go, who you can talk to, and how long you can stay out? Do you require your partner's approval on what you can wear? Does your partner keep money from you or takes your money? You are not alone. The National Coordinating Coalition is here to help. Call us on 628-7833 or 637-3319. We offer counseling, health support, and legal guidance to help you move forward. Our services are free and available for all migrants, Guyanese, men and women. Gender-based violence affects not only those who are abused and controlled, but hurts our families and communities. It hurts us all. Together, we can work to end it. A message from NGO National Coordinating Coalition and made possible by the support of the American people through the United States Agency for International Development, USAID.
Gold mining can be expensive if you don't have the right tools. Mining requires engines that can pump high volumes of water and slurry, the most tried and tested of which are Doots engines. Doots engines are among the most reliable in the world. Where can you get them? At your #1 industrial solutions provider, Sylvies. We have them in 2 to 6 cylinders, ranging from 23 horsepower to 80 horsepower. Most miners use Doots engines because they're lightweight, use less fuel, and require less maintenance because they are air-cooled. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets, Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, our items come directly from the manufacturing brands and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Let's celebrate Oreo's 110th birthday together with the limited edition birthday cake flavor and our promotion where you can win a wish valued up to $1 million. To participate, all you have to do is buy Oreo, drop your coupon or receipt into entry boxes, or enter online at www.everydaysnacksgy.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint Original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.